In the meantime, the red carpet reception of the Lagos premiere of the new romantic drama Soft Love became a fashion showcase as cast and crew guests turned up in fashionable ensembles. Details in this next feature. Check it out.
The cast and crew of the new romantic comedy Soft Love made impressive fashion statements at the film's Lagos premiere. Caroline King, Genevieve Ume, Dorcas Shola Fapsin, and the director and producer Holmes Awa and Pabalo Modingoano match up with the energy of the guests, who also turned up looking fabulous. Directed by rising Nigerian filmmaker Holmes Awa, with his South African wife Pabalo Modingoano at the helms of production, the movie is inspired by their own love story. Soft Love, shot and produced in Nigeria and South Africa, follows the story of how a freshly heartbroken South African lady found love again amid several emotional and circumstantial obstacles. The writer and producer hinges the story on the universal nature of love.
We got robbed in a restaurant the same night. What did you think the hairpin was going to do?
The honest truth is that we are the same people, right? We all have the same challenges. They might be different, but they're similar in a lot of ways, you know? And the reality is that if we just look past the differences that we might have, there's always an underlying thing. We all have the same wants, we all hurt, we all get excited by things that make us excited. So at the end of the day, people are different, but there's always an underlying similarity about us. So if it works as a thread between the two countries, then it should, and it's great, you know, if it does that, yeah. Love should be patient and be able to endure certain things that don't necessarily always look flattering, because it's not always going to be roses, you know, that we go through all these difficult things in order to be able to reach the sweet cherry on top, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely.
Awa, who already has earned credit in film editing in big titles like Breath of Life, takes on the director's role. He studied filmmaking in South Africa and notes that Nigeria and South Africa must learn to put their on and off rivalry aside as the two biggest filming nations in Africa to collaborate more and help the African film ecosystem.
This was quite intentional for us to make a cross, even though it was quite adventurous in terms of budget. Now the South African industry is very advanced, the Nigerian industry as well, but we set out to make a project that gives sort of a fair amount of time, of screen time, to the South African story as well as the Nigerian story. And a lot of times in the past, the people that have tried to do it, they might have a character travel and then show a bit of establishing shots, or they might show Cape Town in Nigeria, you know, and just show some establishing shots. But we had to leverage on our relationship of our film network back in South Africa. The production company Predinates, they are friends of ours that we used to make films back then. So it was easy to sell that idea and say, look, let's collaborate on this. And even though the budget solely came from Nigeria, but the reason why we had to stretch ourselves to do this is to show both industry, because we're both giants on the continent, right? It's to show that it can be done and to encourage more private investors, because Nemsha took a bet on us, you know. It's to inspire more private investors to actually trust that we can tell transnational story and tell it very well.
Genevieve Ume, who played a supporting role, is quite excited at her character's outlook.
I mean, she gets to wear dreads and she gets to like call Johnny Drill out to perform. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, pretty special.
And also about the theme of love in the movie.
Tonic love in my life. I have my parents who I'm grateful for. I'm a lover girl. I'm really a lover girl. So this is just secondary nature. I mean, it would be great. I think that, you know, Soft Love is just about love across nationalities, and it doesn't necessarily have to be South Africa and Nigeria. So I'm just really looking forward to people seeing it and being inspired by it.
One of the things this movie will do is build the bonds between, you know, all Africans, not just South Africa and Nigeria, all Africans. And also for especially parents to know that love knows no culture, knows no age. No, it's blind to those things. You find love wherever you find it and you just go with it. So I'm hoping this movie will be able to do that for us.
Soft Love also stars South African actress Cindy Malangu and Nigerian actor Efa Iwara.
I don't have a dog. So.
I can be a dog.
Morning! 1, 2, let's go! Hey, I would say do you, boo, but somebody's already doing you. Prison break! Don't stop! My girl.